What's up, you guys? Thank you for clicking on this video. So as you can tell by the title, we have some Rise of the Beast concept arts to talk about here. Over 2 years since the movie has dropped, and we're getting even more stuff that didn't really make the final cut of the movie, or it was like early development, or stuff we just don't know about. So we have quite a bit of exciting stuff to discuss here. So sit on back, grab a snack, and listen to me ramble. So first up here, so all this stuff is from TF Alt Modes on Twitter. I don't know how he gets his hands on this stuff, but he gets a lot of developmental stuff from Rise of the Beast and early work he's shared over the last couple years. So this is just the latest in a long list of stuff he's shared. But this first one here, it says a side-by-side picture of the 2007 Optimus design with the Rise of the Beast one. Note that in addition to the fuel tanks, the ROTB design has the fifth wheel on his back. Whoa. So this is crazy, man. This is really nice. So I can't remember if this actually made the final cut of the movie. His back design here being from '07 Optimus. But this is amazing. I really like what they did here with this design for Rise of the Beast. I know some people don't like some of the color and proportional changes. I do get that, but I mean, I really like it. You know, I like how they incorporated his mouth. I like how they did the back detailing from the original Bayformers. I like his weaponry in the movies, or in the movie Rise of the Beast. So I think this was a cool change here between B movie and this one. Yeah, this is nice. So it seems like the third party companies have some work cut out for them redoing the back of the figures, because they did them all from the B movie when it seems like it's supposed to be from the Bayverse. But again, I really don't remember his back looking like this in the movie. So maybe this was something that was planned, but they cut it out and they just kept the B movie design to maybe save money on CG or something. I don't know. But this is really cool. Then we have more of a detailed look here of the back of him and the front design and stuff like that. Again, this is sick, man. I really like what they were doing here with his design. And call me crazy, but does it seem like his proportions are fixed here from the movie and this CG model here? This is making me think that this is in an early version of his CG design and they changed it for the movie. I don't know if that was something that happened during the year-long delay, if you guys remember that happened. But I don't know. This kind of looks better to me than what we got in the final cut of the movie. The next up here, we have what looks to be some unused control art for Hasbro packaging for Rise of the Beast. We have Nightbird here, which, like, she's one of the best designs of the movie, so I'm not surprised here that she looks absolutely freaking badass here. But, yeah, I don't know why they didn't use this. It really makes her design pop, in my opinion. The colors are a lot brighter. You know, these control arts, they're always a little bit different from the official CG models in the movie, so I actually prefer this to what we got in the actual movie. Then we have Bumblebee here, which it looks like, correct me if I'm wrong, guys, but I don't know, it kind of looks like to me they're reusing either the pose or some of the design model here from the Bumblebee movie control art. But it does look pretty similar to a pose he's struck in that B movie toy line. I could be wrong, but I don't know. This does look pretty cool too. I don't know about gold up against yellow. That kind of looks odd to me. I can honestly see why this one went unused. It looks kind of drab. Having the yellow on the gold, everything kind of just mixes together. So this one I don't like as much as the Nightbird one, but still pretty decent. And then we have one here for freaking Starscream, man. Like, this is dope. So it seems like he was gonna get a figure in the Rise of the Beast mainline. Was that going to be like a deluxe or a Voyager or just a gimmick figure? I have no idea. Your guess is as good as mine. But it's just crazy to see that he was actually considered for this toy line. Was there still a Starscream Rise of the Beast toy? I don't think so. So it seems like he was just completely cut out of the main line, which It's kind of strange, you know, it's Starscream. They did have Megatron in there. Maybe they did have Starscream in there, but maybe they didn't use this art. I can't remember, but I do not remember Starscream being in the Rise of the Beast mainline. So yeah, this artwork looks great. You know, my main complaint with this design ever since Bumblebee is the circle on his crotch piece. Let me know in the comments, guys, where this comes from. I cannot remember, and I have no clue where they're getting this circular hole in his crotch from. Like, anytime I look up getting the third-party Masterpiece version of the Starscream or the Blitzwing or whatever, or just the Hasbro Voyager class ones like Thrust, I'm always drawn to that, and it's like, bro, why does that look the way it does? It looks so odd and just bad, and I don't know, it doesn't ruin the design for me because it's still a great look, but it's just weird. But then something a little bit even juicier than what I've talked about so far. So TF All Modes posted some G.I. Joe concept art from this movie. And as far as we know, we did not have any clue that G.I. Joe concept art or G.I. Joe, like, army soldiers or characters were supposed to be in this movie at one point. Because we do know, like, the Rise of the Beast post-credit scene for G.I. Joe was filmed like 2 weeks before or like a month or a couple weeks before the movie came out. I can't remember the exact time frame, but they said this in an interview before the movie dropped a few weeks before it. So we knew that this was kind of a last-minute addition because it originally was going to be Sector 7 for the card that Noah has. But I don't know. I honestly don't know when these concept arts were made for G.I. Joe. Maybe it was in that short time frame when they changed it to G.I. Joe instead of Sector 7 for that scene. Or maybe this was from a year, 2-3 years before the movie finished, and maybe even during the delay. I honestly have no idea. Maybe TF Alt Modes knows, or maybe someone in the community has information on this, but I have no clue. But this is it's all right. I mean, it kind of just reminds me of typical army people, but with like a very slight sci-fi spin to it, like just a touch of fantasy added to these suits and costumes. They really just look like boring military personnel. Like, there's really nothing special to these looks here. And that's kind of what sets G.I. Joe apart from all the other military stuff, is that each character has their own sort of design style and outfits and personality. And I'm not really getting that here. Like, if I were to go through each quote-unquote character here that they were designing here for the concept art, I would not be able to tell you who they're going for. I could make guesses, like I don't know, the black guy could be Roadblock or Ripcord or something, I don't know, and then the girl could be Lady J. I mean, those are guesses. It's not based off of it's not based off of character appearance, because they really look nothing like their characters. So I'm actually glad these didn't make it into the movie. It looks like these were going to be included in maybe the Peru scene, sort of, and it looks like it was going to be maybe like a background base with a bit more color to it, possibly in Peru. This looks like something that would be based during that side of the movie. If you look at the base here for the Joes, it doesn't really look like the one that Noah was in the final cut of the movie, but you know, decent to look at. Still pretty crazy to see that these were actually considered for the movie, because again, I'm pretty sure we had no idea about this till now. But yeah, guys, let me know down below which piece of concept art is your favorite. Me personally, I gotta go with seeing that Starscream and seeing the back design of Rise of the Beast Optimus, originally taking from Bayverse Prime, is fantastic in my opinion. But yeah, guys, thank you for watching this video. Catch y'all in the next one. Bye.